This is gaming it. We are gaming in progress.
What's going on, guys? This is Developer Game in Progress, and today we're gonna be talking about Ghostbusters. No, we're not talking about the shitty Ghostbusters movie. We're talking about the shitty Ghostbusters game. Yay! Okay, so this isn't specifically about Ghostbusters, the game itself. This is more about FireForge Games, the company behind the Ghostbusters game, going bankrupt. Because, well, they declared bankruptcy, so we're going to talk about that. We have an article here we're going to talk about, and then I'm going to give my opinion on the whole situation, if you will, per usual. So hopefully you guys will enjoy, and let's get right into this here. Okay, so blah blah blah. Back in April, another Ghostbusters would be released as this year's tie-in for the recently released movie. Spoiler alert, there's literally not any tie-in at all. I mean, there's like one thing, I think, from what I've seen, and that's it. That's the whole fucking tie-in. Other than that, the game takes place like in the same universe, but it's 4 new characters again, so. Okay. Game was released on July 12th to a less than pleasant reception. I wonder why. Hey. Since then, Ghostbusters has done quite poorly, just like the movie, receiving an aggregated score of 31 out of 100 for consoles and 40 out of 100 for PC. So it did like a little bit better on PC than it did on console, but the game still did shit. The critical failure of this game seems to be the death knell for developer FireForge Games. Kotaku announced this morning that the developer has filed for bankruptcy less than a month after the release of Ghostbusters. According to the company's bankruptcy filings, which were filed on July 15th, FireForge Games spent the rest of July liquidating their assets in order to pay off a debt of at least $12 million. That's a lot of money. And to have to liquidate all your assets because you don't have that a lot of money, you know, even though you just released a new game and charged a whole $60 for a game that should have been $15. But, hey, you know. Lest you think that the Ghostbusters game was what caused the bankruptcy, because, it wasn't. But it did play a big part in it, because, I mean, they were kind of hoping that this would be successful, I'm guessing, so that they wouldn't have to file for bankruptcy. It's important to note that FireForge has not had the best of luck with their other gaming endeavors. Since their 2011 founding, FireForge has worked on 2 multiplayer online battle arena, or MOBA, style games, both of which ended up being cancelled. Additionally, aside from owing approximately $11.3 million to Chinese publisher Tencent, the company has also been stuck in a lawsuit filed by Min Productions, owner of the gaming company Razer. I don't know anything about Razer at all. Just not like I have one of their mouses, you know. I don't. Anyway, the suit alleges that FireForge used some of the money from one of the MOBA games called Zeus so that they could work with Tencent on their other project entitled Atlas, which is a big no-no. You don't take funds from one game to work on basically what looks like it was going to be a rival game. It's kind of like how Overwatch or Battleborn was supposed to be the rival game of Overwatch in a sense, even though Battleborn has a substantially less player base. But you don't do that. You don't take money from one project and put it into another project when the first project isn't even finished. That's just no, because, I mean, what are you going to do if you need more funds for the first project? Are you going to awkwardly go up to Razer and go, Razer, I'm sorry, but we spent your money and we need more, but we spent some of that money on this other project we're working on, so can you give us more money? They're gonna be like, no, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. FireForge refuted this claim, of course, stating that the work they did on Atlas was after the funding from Razer had stopped. It now appears that this lawsuit has been put on hold while FireForge finalizes their bankruptcy proceedings. Well, of course it's been put on hold. They have nothing to give fucking either of these companies. They don't have any money to give to fucking Tencent, and they don't have any money to give to fucking Razer when this lawsuit gets settled. So they literally brought that on themselves, in my opinion. They fucking brought that one on themselves. But let's continue here. Let's continue. Continuing the saga of their bad luck, which they brought on themselves, FireForge was also sued by Richard Land in 2015. Land, a lawyer responsible for selling off the games and IPs of 38 studios after the company's closure, stated that FireForge had reneged on a contract to license the other company's social media platform for $3.7 million. Instead of hiring former staff members of 38 Studios in order to produce their own platform. So basically what this is saying is FireForge Studios was going to buy the social media platform of 38 Studios, and they decided, no, we'll just hire people from that for our own social media platform, which is kind of a dumb move when you were agreeing to do that and you had a contract to do that. So anyway, with all of this being brought to light, it would seem that the success, or lack thereof, of Ghostbusters should be at the absolute least of FireForge's worries. Well, see, the thing is, again, FireForge put this game out and they charged a whole $60 for it or whatever, and they were hoping that this game was successful. They needed this game to be successful and sell well, and it didn't. So that was why it's the final nail. It's the final nail in the coffin because it was the only thing they had left that could save their asses from going bankrupt. And even now that they are bankrupt, they still owe all these companies money. So it's not good for them at all. Really, I'm not surprised that the Ghostbusters game failed. It was terrible. It wasn't the first time that they put out a Ghostbusters game like that. Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime was kind of the same, it had the same feeling. It was just that fucking same top-down camera, Diablo 3 camera angle shit, where it was a different game, with a Ghostbusters skin on it. And that just, it doesn't work. I mean, when you compare it to Ghostbusters, the video game, which was something that they put so much heart and effort into, and all the characters reprised their roles through voice acting, and you really felt like you became a Ghostbuster, like you were put into one of the Ghostbusters movies, and you got to play that out. It was a lot of fun, and it was well done. And the games for Ghostbusters we had since then have just been awful. Not to mention the fact that this new Ghostbusters game doesn't even tie into the reboot movie or the original movie. It takes place in the same universe, I guess, as the reboot movie, but I don't know. It's fucking shit, you know. So I'm not surprised it did horrible. I'm not surprised that it was the final nail in the coffin for FireForge Games. And I'm really not surprised with this company's track record that the game turned out to be as much shit as it was. Because, I mean, obviously these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they just keep flopping around and trying to figure out what they're doing. And, well, now they're done. So, anyway, that's really all I have to say about this nonsense. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Maybe you guys found it kind of humorous that this company who put out this shitty game got what they deserved. Maybe you feel it was justified. Maybe you're kind of sad that this company has gone under and gone bankrupt because it's one less company in the gaming industry now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I love reading your guys' comments and your opinions on these sorts of things. let me know what you guys think of the Ghostbusters game. Do you love it? Do you hate it? And stuff like that. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you guys happen to be new here, don't forget to subscribe as well. And as always, this has been Devin with Gaming in Progress. And I will see you guys in the next video.